Hey everybody, it's Shit Talk Reviews. Thanks so much for stopping in and hanging out with us idiots today. It's a pleasure to be here. It's a pleasure to know that there's maybe 1, 2, or even 3 people listening. So to those 1, 2, or 3 people, thank you so much for joining us.
Yay!
I'm John. Yay! I'm John. That's Derek right there. And then that's Dave right there.
There you go. Yeah.
How you doing, guys?
Good, John. It's been a long week, so it's a good way to wrap it up.
We mentioned this off mic just a minute ago. The police were here not long ago. It was a frightening experience. Not because they were police, because we love and appreciate the police, especially Collier County's finest. So thanks for stopping by. It's good to talk to you for a bit.
It is Halloween weekend, and what I'm going to tell you, what I do because everybody's celebrating, before. And what I generally do is I listen to Typo Negative nonstop. Mm-hmm. And when I'm not listening to Typo Negative, I'm watching every horror, scary movie that I can possibly take in. And I'm going to try to take the kids to Five Nights at Freddy's tonight. I don't know what the fuck it is. I just know that they have action figures of them and that they're really into it. And if it's somewhat scary, then I'm happy. Who cares? And I'll make them listen to Typo Negative on the way there.
Nice. Let me ask you guys something. When you're channel surfing and the original Halloween comes on, do you stop and watch it, or do you keep going?
No,
during Halloween season.
Of course. Yeah. I prefer. That's one of those movies that I like to see from the beginning.
Yeah.
So if I'm channel surfing and I see it's on, I may actually take the step to go find it streaming somewhere so I can watch it from the beginning, because that's one of those franchises that I want to see it from the beginning. I don't want to pick it up a quarter of the way or halfway through.
I mean, it's a great movie, the first one. First and second. Great. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, Jamie Lee, right?
Yeah. Absolutely.
Incredible. The question I have is, who would win in a fight, right? Between Freddy Krueger, and Jason Voorhees. Who are you picking?
Wow. It's a good fight.
Well, Jason's got the big machete, right? The machete. And Freddy has the one hand.
Yeah.
So he's got more, but they're shorter.
Well, he's also.
I think you're thinking of Michael. Michael, did you say Fred? I'm sorry. Michael Myers usually has.
Jason. Jason has the machete.
And Michael's got the knife, usually.
No, but that's not Nightmare on Elm Street.
No, Freddy's got the claws. Yes.
You said Nightmare on Elm Street, right?
Yes, he did. I'm sorry. Yeah.
Freddy's magic.
That'd be a good bet.
Freddy. I think Freddy's got the upper hand, and I'll tell you why.
Dreams, because he gets
Freddy can invade your dreams.
Yeah, I agree. He can get you either way. Yeah.
He's magic. He's a magical. He's a burned wizard. Is kind of what he is, and I've always liked that about him. And I like his shirt. I think Dave would look really good in that shirt, but as underpants, and that's it. Just
wrapped around.
Just Freddy underpants.
Yeah,
it'd be hilarious if you wore that for Halloween.
I agree.
I will say, before we get into 3TEETH, one thing about Michael, he never.
Wait a second. Wait. We're talking about music today?
Okay, my
I
bad.
thought we were just talking about movies.
One thing about Michael Myers, if you watch, he never panics. He never chases anybody. He just goes at his own pace. And I like that about him. And he'll get you in the end.
It's because he's found inner peace, I think.
Maybe. It could be.
Freddy is a horror wizard that antagonizes, and I appreciate that about him.
All right. Very good.
Well,
you guys ready?
Of all things edgy that makes you a little uncomfortable, what are we talking about this week?
All right. Today we're talking about a band from California called 3TEETH. I don't like to use genres, but industrial metal, a little alternative metal, some alternative rock, if you will. Let me just go through the lineup. Alexis Mincola on vocals, Chase Bronner on guitars, Xavier Swafford on keys and synth, Andrew Means on bass, and Nick Rossi on drums. This is their 4th studio album, 2014, 3TEETH, 2017, Shutdown X, 2019, and then this latest one, 2023, ENDEX. So great band. I like it. It's a good band. Just to give you a little background, they've toured with Cradle of Filth, Thrown into the Exile, Ministry, which comes to mind, which is pretty cool. And I read in April of 2024, they're actually going to be doing a festival in Vegas called the Sick New World Festival, which is actually a pretty big festival. I looked it up. They got bands like Alice in Chains, Slipknot, System of the Down. So there's some pretty good bands on this festival. So
I know they've toured with some pretty big names. I actually saw them in 2016. I'd never heard of them before, and I saw Tool in Orlando, and they were one of the opening bands on the tour package, and I was impressed by that show. And then they kind of fell off my radar after that.
Right.
Didn't ever really come back around until you brought them to the table last
cool.
week. So it's been fun to kind of go back and listen to some of their stuff, read up a little bit about them. I mean, Alexis used to throw a weekly party in LA, and I guess that's how we met. Was it Xavier?
Is that so? Really?
Yeah. And they talked about doing like a mixed media visual kind of, I don't know if it was a show or a gig or whatever, but it just sort of evolved from there. And here we are 10 years later, 4 or so records later.
Yeah.
And it's a pretty it's a big record. I think sonically it's a big record. It's called, the album is ENDEX.
ENDEX. I'm sorry. Yes.
I don't know.
Yeah. It's pretty, it's got a lot going on this album. We'll get into it. I'm curious to see what you guys think. There's some really good songs on here. And we'll talk about it. I mean,
I think the album and the style has a lot of familiar vibes to me. You know, you pick up some of the same flavors with Nine Inch Nails, as you said, Ministry, Skinny Puppy.
Yep.
And again, sonically, it's a really thick record. A lot of really heavy production. You know, it's dominated by super heavy synth tones, lots of heavy filtering, and it kind of lends itself to a really dark and gloomy vibe. The thing that I wouldn't say it disappointed me, but one of the things I picked up on was a lot of the guitars kind of get pushed back a little bit in the mix because it's such a synth heavy band. And the only well, I guess I am disappointed a little bit by that. And that's primarily because they worked a lot with Mick Gordon on this album. And Mick is a crusher guitar player, composer, sound designer. If you don't know Mick Gordon, I'm certain you've heard his work, even though you don't know it. He's written for all kinds of video game franchises. He's a really big name. And so to know that he was on, I think, 4 or 5 tracks on the record, but to not have him be super out front was a bit of a disappointment to him because I'm a fan of his. But
he's more that hard producer on what Doom music.
Right? Gent, progressive metal, Doom. Yeah. Well, actually, in Doom, what the Doom video game franchise is one of the ones that he worked on, the newly released Doom, whatever it's called. But
very cool. Yeah. Again, I loved it. There's some really good songs in here, and my favorite song was Alien. It's just a killer song. I mean, the guitar was so tight throughout. The vocals were great. The 207 mark of that song, it gets so intense, and I thought it was such a cool vibe. They had the electric elements to the song. That, to me, I know we're a little early here getting into standout tracks, but that to me was the best song. That was true I don't know, it's hard to explain. I just thought that song was just so good and it had all the elements of what makes this band so good. And then there was other songs on the album where it kind of veered off that path a little bit, which was a little disappointing. I wish they would have kind of stayed in that lane. So
I generally am a industrial snob. There's just no other way to put it. And, you know, if I'm in an industrial mood, I'm going back to A Mind is a Terrible Thing to Taste by Ministry, Solemn 69, the first, 3 Nine Inch Nails records. Industrial's hard for me because in recent years, there's just so many bands that sound like 3TEETH. And they have a similar sound, the similar structures of the songs, the similar production values, sonic values, all of those things. And I struggled getting over that. I think for who they are and what they are, they're solid. I mean, obviously, there are people that like them out there. But I think the industrial, the industry as a whole, industrial sounds largely the same. And they're not straying from a formula that I find boring. That's my personal opinion. They're tight. They look really cool. I think they look cooler on stage than they actually sound, but that's my opinion. I would love to see somebody in the industrial world stretch the limits. Al Jorgensen continues to be the creme de la creme of the industry, and everything that he does, he's stretching limits and opening new doors for industrial. And I'd love to see 3TEETH and some of the other bands that are in the industry do the same.
I can't disagree. It's not a bad record by any means, but it felt like an album that I'd heard before.
It's just a lot of redundancy with a lot of bands.
Oh, right? I think that's exactly what Derek's point was.
Yeah. And labels, as soon as there's one thing that hits, for the next 10 years, you're going to hear a bunch of replications of it. And I mean, when Killswitch Engage hit, it was like every, kind of hardcore melodic band came out of the woodwork and started playing that style of music, and the labels were eating it up. Yeah. Industrial has been in this mode for, I would say for 25 years. There's been, I say this all the time, greatness is often imitated, but never duplicated. There's a lot of bands that love Ministry and Nine Inch Nails and even Rammstein, but can't just make their own sound. They've got to take the pieces and the elements of it, and it's a challenge. I can see why it's a challenge, because it's a lot of it is electronic. Marilyn Manson too has had pieces of industrial songs over the years, and has largely done a pretty good job of making sure that it's different enough. But this to me was just, it was standard. It wasn't bad. It was neither bad, neither good, not original. But if you want to go and rip somebody's head off on a Saturday night, they're a great band to go see, and they look cool doing it. They're perfect for a Halloween post, because they look cool. They look like rock dudes.
They've got a killer stage presence. Yeah, there's no doubt. I mean, and like, going to see Tool, the expectation is high, not only for Tool, but that they're going to bring along bands that really deliver on stage. And credit where it's due, 3TEETH did.
Yeah.
Having never heard of them then.
Do you remember where they were that night in the lineup? Were they? Yeah,
they were the first band.
Oh, they were. Okay.
Yeah. And it was 2016. So they was pretty young in their career.
Okay. Yeah.
3 years in and getting invited out on a tour with Tool is, credit where it's due.
So they had one album in at that time, really.
Yeah.
Yeah. Working on their second.
And I mentioned that, there's sort of a familiar vibe to it. And I don't necessarily think that's bad. It's certainly comfortable, because you know what you're going to get. And that's how I felt about this record.
Yeah.
Going track to track, Xenogenesis, it starts off and it really does set the flavor for the record. It comes out swinging pretty good. And a lot of the same flavor across the record. Drift was a departure for me. I like that one. It was a bit of respite.
It's a little very chill song. Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Some melodic vocals in there. And it just, gave you a chance to breathe a little bit before the ender, which I love. I think they did. They
did a good job.
They thought they did a great job covering Tears for Fears.
I agree.
Wants to rule the world. They did it. They kept it very minor, and there were no sunrise moments in the song, like as there are in the original. But I think they did a great job with it.
I agree, John.
Big fan of that. Well, let's just jump right into standouts. So mine were Drift. I really enjoyed. Everybody Wants to Rule the World, and Plutonomicon. That one's a bit of a journey. Starts off pretty atmospheric and spacey.
Kind of like sinister in the beginning. It was a little almost like creepy in the beginning, if that's the right word. But it was a great song.
Takes off like a pseudo blast beat about halfway through, and then comes back. Gets nutty for a bit and comes back. Those are the three that I really enjoyed on the record. And again, I don't want to say that this record is a fail, because it's not. Mm-hmm. It's a well done record, but it's done in a style that has been done before, regrettably.
Yeah. For me, What's Left, I thought that song was great. There's some parts in there where I could see the pit just fucking going crazy with people. I loved the song. I thought the band was on all cylinders on that song. Merchant of the Void, another one of my, just a killer song. Love it throughout. Very aggressive guitar on that, on there. And the band was great. And then Alien, Alien was.
It did get some good guitars on Alien. That's true.
Yeah, I mean, Alien was so good, and around that 2-minute mark, it gets so intense, and the band is so good. So those were my three standouts for sure.
Yeah, for me as Alien, that my notes were, this is the standout track on the record. I think that they hit their high water mark with that. Everybody Wants to Rule the World, and I don't know, it's not great when a cover is one of your favorite tracks on a record. But that's just the reality. I got to be honest. So
yeah, it is what it is, and that's the thing. Music is subjective. You take two people that could like a lot of the same kinds of music, play a song for them, and they could be diametrically opposed there. So, I mean,
mixed emotions on this. There's so many songs had such good elements, but then a lot of songs had it, and then it just drifted away. Right, it just kind of went on its own, and you lost it. Not all of it, some of it. So
a lot of feelings in the room on this episode. A lot of feelings. I feel. It's good that we have feelings. We're men, we're not supposed to, and we're being, getting in touch with our personal needs.
Yeah. You can't bottle it. Well, you can.
It's not good to do that.
Dave, you're not going to cry, are you? Are you going to cry? Are you going to cry, Dave?
I might.
No, I'm not going to.
I've been on the brink of tears for the last 7 days, man. Life has been really hard this week. And they say, we men are really good. I'm exceptionally good at bottling up my emotions and cramming them deep down into the hollow chasm where my soul should reside. So it's nice to be in to be in the nest, to be in the safe place.
We are in the throes of real adult life, running a business together, and it's hard. And this is it fills our cup to do something like this, and it's a joy, So again, if you guys, whoever is watching, if there's bands that you want us to review, we'll either do a podcast on them, or we will write them up, and at a minimum, we'll do a written review, especially if you send us nice notes, and you can go on the website and record. You can just hit there's a little button to record, really easy on there to say hello. You can hit contact us, but we would rather review things that you want us to review. And it fills our cup. And if we can help your friends or your bands or the band that you're passionate about out, we're here. Let's roll. Let's do it.
Well said, Derek. Yeah.
Agreed. Of course, the website is www.shittalkreviews.com, and stop by, say hello, and tell us who you want us to talk about, or that you're over it and you don't want to hear anymore.
John, give it a score.
No, hang on.
Okay,
I gotta do it. And what you got to do is go subscribe to our YouTube channel right now, just so that we can make sure that we get what we need from YouTube. That's right. Subscribe right now, and you might get a chance to win $1. Thank you very much.
Very well done. Well
I love
done.
it. Yeah. I love it on so many different levels. And so in addition to the signed Earn vinyl giveaway, that you can go to the website and register for.
Yeah.
You can hit us up, get some stickers. We've got shirts and some other swag coming. Now we're also going to give away one crisp $1 bill.
Wow. That's right. And also, we will send Dave to your house and he will chop wood for you. That's right. Winter is coming. So give us a call right now. 1-800-DAVE-SUCKS.
Of course, that's all predicated, though, on you going to the YouTubes and clicking subscribe and liking and hitting the notification bell or whatever it is that, the kids tell us we're supposed to do. So. All right. So score. I'll go ahead and jump out. I gave it a 7.5. I think the performances are solid. The production is, I don't want to say it's clean because it's a really thick, grindy kind of production. So it's not clean, but it is well done. It felt a little too familiar to me, to bump it up too much past that, but I still like it. So 7.5.
Yeah, good. Same, about a 7.5. Yeah, 7.5. It was good. It had really good stuff. It tickled my fancy, if you will, here and there. But I wish there was just more. I wish it was more Alien in this song. I wish more Alien was throughout the album because I love that song so much. I would have loved to hear music, so much more of it. But it is what it is. But overall, it was a good album.
Do you want an alien to tickle your taint?
I think he does.
The alien loving. Oh man, so gross. Hey, I gave it also a 7. Look, they look cool. That's a 9, right? All day long. They're talented. That's a 9.
Yeah.
The production solid. And again, like John said, it's grubby. It's supposed to be grubby production values. It's, the 9. Unfortunately, 9 Inch Nails changed industrial forever, so everything feels scratchy and messy, because of them. But originality, I gave them a 5, so that's where it comes in at a 7. This band could do anything they want. They could genre break, they could stretch the limits, they could try new things, and if they happen to watch the podcast, I would say try it, go for it. Don't do boy band, but try to do something that's a little bit different, that breaks the mold that John and I are talking about.
Yeah.
And if the band is listening and you guys have thoughts, please hit us up. Let us know. I will, without hesitation, send you Dave's home address. So,
and he likes having his taint tickled by aliens.
By aliens.
It's a rocking song, Alien, for sure. It's a great song.
So next week we are gonna keep things heavy for sure. It's a band that I have become a fan of over the last year or so. Heart of a Coward is the band.
Heart of a Coward. All right.
And the album is This Place Only Brings Death. And it is it's a heavy one.
Found it.
Yeah. It's I'm a fan, so a little biased, but yeah. Right. So we'll get into it next week.
Yeah.
All right. That's it. We appreciate it. Oh, it's great to hang with you guys, and look forward to seeing you all. Well, see, that's the thing. I hate it when you say, like, we'll see you next time. No,
you won't.
We're not going to see you.
That's right. Go and hit subscribe on our YouTube channel right now.
All right, boys. Have a great weekend.